from Japan. That was simultaneously one of the most epic but also most difficult trips we've ever filmed. It was a month straight. I was there for about a week with my girlfriend before anybody else arrived, and we were sightseeing nonstop. Then the others arrived. We sightseed again for about a week. Then we filmed one of the most epic trails we've ever done in our life. And we got basically 2 episodes out of that because it was so long. Then Brian went home and we took like maybe a day and a half of a break, and then filmed another episode going all over Japan. And then after all of that, everybody else went home and I had 4 days where I was gonna be like, oh, maybe I'll do like some solo traveling, solo vlogging. There was no energy left to survive at that point. I got sick 2 days before I left, and I am amazed that I did not get sick earlier with how much we were doing and how much we packed in. I don't know if I've discussed it on this vlog before, but pretty much after every time we film an episode, I'm like, God, I don't know if that was any good. I really hope that that was okay. And this time is no exception. And honestly, it's probably fine, but I just felt like I was so tired. I don't know if we said anything interesting on the video. Plus, there's the weight of expectation of people like, oh, I can't wait till you guys go back to Japan. And I'm like, okay, we'll go back to Japan. Then we go back to Japan and then we film these videos and I'm like, dude, I don't know if these are any good. These might be terrible and they might be boring to watch. And I'm like, oh, God. Add on to that, this microphone failed us twice. One time, it wasn't plugged in all the way, and these microphones turn on automatically when they get a signal, and then because it wasn't plugged in all the way, we lost an entire morning's audio, which was probably fine because it was raining anyway, so we can work around it. But that's the start of the second episode. And then the start of the third episode we filmed, the batteries ran out because apparently it got turned on in somebody's backpack because this power button is too easy to turn on. And this entire morning, the start of the third episode, which is just like, it was so good. Like, that was one of the things that we filmed that I was like, I felt pretty good about. I was like, oh, this is a good start of the episode. It was funny. Like, we woke up early and then like I said something funny to Thomas and his facial expression was hilarious. And now we have none of that. Like 100 clips from the morning of the second episode, just no audio. And then like almost 200 clips from the start of the third episode, just no audio. And I'm just like, oh God. Oh man. So it's probably fine and I'm probably worried about nothing, but I don't know, man. And everybody's like, oh man, when you release these videos, you're gonna get like so many subscribers, it's gonna be so huge for the channel. It might, but it might not at the same time. And I just wanna temper everybody's expectations that who knows? I could be worrying about absolutely nothing like I do for every other episode, and you'd think that all signs would point to me just worrying about nothing, but nonetheless, I can't know until we actually start editing the episode. And we have so much footage to go through that it's gonna take forever to even know what it's gonna look like, and we have to write music first, and oh man. So needless to say, I'm stressing out about that a little bit. And you know, I don't know how much I mentioned it before, but the last time I went to Japan, there was a point during that trip. In fact, there were multiple points during that trip where I was just like, what am I even doing? Like, what am I doing? Are these videos even any good? Why am I filming these? Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I think I just get like that sometimes. And it would be great if I could just film and then not be attached to the outcome. But I am, and I get like this sometimes and I start worrying about things for probably no reason, but that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, we've got some packages we need to take a look at. First up, this is from a viewer. I don't know what this is yet or who it's from. Let's take a look. Oh ho ho! Whoa, whoa, we got all sorts of stuff in here. Okay, from Jim and Irma. Dear Andrew, Brian, Robbie, and Thomas, here are some Filipino snacks and coffees. Enjoy them and hope you all like them. Woo! My husband and I really enjoy watching your videos, though we don't hike nor camp. You know, I don't think that that is necessarily uncommon, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's plenty of things that we enjoy watching that we don't necessarily have to do, so there's no shame in that. I sometimes feel like people are like, they feel weird about that. No need to feel weird about that. Good luck, guys. Be safe. Jim and Irma, thank you so much. Dude, we got all sorts of stuff. Assorted pulveron. Artificial beef and bone flavor. Is that what that said? Oh, bone marrow flavor. Ube and chocolate porridge. And not just any coffee, baby. Brown coffee. The best of its kind. Oh man, Jim and Irma, thank you very much. And then next up, we've got something that Michael has been holding on to me for at least a year now. Sometimes there will be special editions that will only release in Japan, and I'll have Michael order it for me and I just send him the money and then hold on to it for me until I get there. This one, when I ordered it, I knew it was a Beastly Collector's Edition. I did not know the extent of its beastliness. Look at this thing. Tactics Ogre Reborn. So obviously we've got this beautiful slipcover and a beautiful box within, but that's just scratching the surface, man. Inside we've got the game, then we have the select album with choice tracks from the game, a beautiful box of tarot cards, which I will need to open later. This absolutely gorgeous pouch that I will probably use for like storing batteries, although you're supposed to use it for the tarot cards. An unbelievable world map, a mini art book, also some of the best artwork ever made for a video game. And if all of that weren't enough, I didn't even realize this was in this collection. The official script of the game in Japanese. I can assure you my Japanese reading skills are not good enough for this, but this is an absolute treasure. I don't even remember how much I paid for this whole thing, it's been so long, but just an absolute treasure. Square Enix has kind of been in the habit lately of releasing special editions that are just not worth the asking price. It's usually just like a really expensive figure and then the game. This is a special edition worth the asking price. Absolutely incredible. Just beyond belief. Look at this beautiful pouch. Oh, the things I shall put in. And these beautiful tarot cards, I need to like frame these, come on, man. Part of the impetus for me getting this collector's edition is I missed out when they had the PSP re-release and you could get the tarot cards if you pre-ordered. For some reason, I didn't pre-order, didn't get the tarot cards, and then I saw that this special edition was gonna have them, and I was just like, you know what, not this time. I'm not missing out this time, baby. Oh, these are, oh, whoa, these are like the quality. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. Look at these things. Oh, come on, man. This is probably the best collector's edition I own of anything. Just, oh, come on. The artwork. Oh, the artwork, good Lord, come on. There's actually a bunch of other stuff that I got in Japan. Let's just go through them real quickly. First up, we get this Final Fantasy 15 music box. On the topic of music, I finally added the Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VII soundtracks to my collection. I cannot believe that I didn't have either of these in my collection earlier. Chrono Trigger was an instant classic. Final Fantasy VII, believe it or not, at the time, there were many people, myself included, who were disappointed with this music. And it took a long time for it to grow on us and realize that just because it wasn't orchestrated and didn't have the Super Nintendo quality of sound samples, it still was so fitting, and some of the compositions still just hold up so well, even if like the sound samples they used at the time, I just didn't really like that much. I got a couple of books, one new, the first part of the newest JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Also a couple of used books for very cheap. Seiken Densetsu 2 strategy guide back from like when the game came out. Look at that artwork. Final Fantasy V, same deal, and even more fun. The original receipt from 1993. That is so awesome. And finally, Michael snagged this for me. Kind of the same deal, only for front mission. There is some gorgeous artwork in this as well. Just, man, these people, who's making this art? Come on, man! The Cuphead Japanese Special Edition. This is one of the most affordable, amazing collector's editions I've ever seen. This thing costs like $40. And not only is the outside absolutely beautiful, but it has custom Amano artwork of Cuphead. You can't, look at that. Look at that. I need to put that on a shelf. Oh, that's going on a shelf. That's going on a shelf, baby. I don't have any room. I need another shelf in here. And then we got 2 issues of Famitsu. One that had a special Final Fantasy 16 spread in it. And given my thoughts on that game, I'm not that interested in that anymore, which I'll talk more about that game later. But the other issue of Famitsu, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. For one thing, that cover, but second, look at this poster. I need to go to the store right now and get a proper poster board for this and put it on that spot right there on the wall. Finally, Michael is always on the lookout for any type of like cool stuff that I might be interested in when he goes to the various used stores in Japan. Used stores in Japan are just so great. Everything's pretty cheap. You got games, movies, music, furniture, toys, whatever you need. From one of my very favorite anime of all time and one of my favorite mecha designs of all time, the YF-19. Michael did not even know that the YF-19 is one of my favorites. Awesome gift. Thank you, Michael. Damn. Yo, what? This is nuts. This is metal. Yo, this is metal. What? What on earth? Yo, this is absolutely gorgeous. Looking at it in the box does not do it justice. This is metal. There's plastic parts, but like the main section is metal. Good Lord. And it transforms? Come on, man. Wow. Michael, if you're watching this, thank you. That is truly impressive. All right, sometime we're gonna have to go through and like see how to transform it. That is really cool. I need a safe place to put this. Damn, wow. Okay, so now that I have thoroughly exhausted anybody who's just a casual viewer of this vlog, and they're probably long since stopped watching, I need to talk about something that has been on my mind for a long time, which is that I'm having more and more of a difficult time filming just what I'm thinking about and putting it in these videos without second guessing myself just over and over and over again, to the point where lots of times I just don't even film what I'm thinking. And it's not like I'm getting negative comments or anything and that's why I don't want to say anything. It's just like I'm trying to say what I want to say and have like the complete story and make it as accurate as possible, because it's being put into a video and it's so easy to misconstrue because you might not get the whole meaning of what I'm saying or might not have explained it properly. And I'm always trying to keep it consistent with like my everyday life. So if anybody sees the video and real life, they're like, oh, you said this in a video, but you said this in real life. And I'm like, yeah, but I might have changed my mind in the intervening time, or I might do or say something and it's a dumb thing. And I think it's a dumb thing like 5 days later, but I've already said it and put it in the video, and then suddenly that's like the word of God and like it's just there in stone. And boo-hoo, woe is me. Oh, you have an audience and people actually listen to what you say. And I agree with you. I'm just like, yeah, why can't I just get over it and be like, yo, you should be thankful that you even have anybody who wants to listen to what you have to say. Putting your thoughts out there this much, it's only natural that people want to respond to it. And it's like this huge internal conflict for me where I love making these videos. I love having things to say and then saying them, but I just don't want to hear what people's responses are unless it's an actual real conversation. And even then, I don't necessarily want a response on something I said in a video. I want to have a real conversation with you about things and then go back and forth like that. I don't want the things I say in the video to be anything other than just a little thought provoking for you, and you can just be like, oh yeah, I'll take it or leave it. And I'd like to stress, this is not from anything specific. Nobody has done or said anything specifically. It's just like this general like mass of putting videos on the internet and then having people respond. And then I haven't even read the comments in like over a year, and I still am thinking about what people are gonna think of the things that I say on here. Even right now, as I'm saying the things that I am saying as they come out of my mouth, I am thinking about the responses that I might get from people, because I know some of the responses already. I know the good responses. I know the bad responses. It's too much self-consciousness. That's like a running theme from the start of my life. If being too self-conscious in so many different scenarios to where you're just like, thinking about things to the point where you just don't even do anything, or you get like frozen and paralyzed. Well, also, I was looking at my face just now, and dude, I am looking tired. And that's because I am so tired. This jet lag has been horrible. This is the longest I've been out of the country, literally since I lived in Japan in like 2006. I don't think I've been out of the country longer than that since then. Anyways, what's my point? I'm not sure what my point is exactly. I'm not trying to get like too existential or like woe is me, but there's a certain part of me that's like, yo, why are you still doing this vlog if it causes you so much stress and consternation to be able to say the things that you want to say when you're not even making money on it? Like when you factor in the amount of time that I put in to film and edit these things, there is no money being made, and I've probably lost a lot of money. But I just love making daily videos, and I almost just want to post them just for myself so that I don't have to think about what other people are going to think of it and how it's going to affect other people. God. And I know that there's so many people who get something out of these videos. They've told me. I guess the reason I'm bringing this up is that if I ever stop doing this vlog, this is the reason why. It's becoming too self-conscious about it, even like to the details of what I'm filming. I'm like, does anybody care about this? Like, why am I talking about this? Is this boring to watch? I've done the same dumb angle a million times. Should I keep doing this same angle? Is this actually worthwhile? I don't know the answers to any of that. And I'll probably land on something eventually, but that's where I'm at right now. And this is not like a pity party. I don't need anybody being like, oh no, you should, don't worry about it, man. I know. And I'm not like in some sort of funk or something. And I'm actually very excited to film videos, and I'm really excited to be home after being gone for so long. And I'm very happy in life in general, and everything's going very well. But I had to get this out into the ether because this has been brewing on my mind for like a year now. I mean, it's been brewing on my mind for years now, but it goes through varying levels of intensity. In the last year, it's just been like blinding second guessing on everything I do in these videos. I don't think people are meant to share this much. Like, even I've dialed it back a lot, but nobody's meant to share this much of like their personal world, their inner world. I think in moderation, it's a really good thing, but just, I don't know where I'm at with it, but I'll either work through it and I'll figure out some balance that'll actually work for me, or I won't, and then we'll go on from there. But either way, I've got a absolute metric, just crap ton of editing to do and music to write. So we're gonna get to work on that. I also, spur of the moment, decided to rent a Sony a7R V that'll be showing up later this week. Because you know what? It's about time that I experienced what 8K is like. I did it once before with the A1 when I rented that, but it didn't have a flippy screen. The a7R V does have, why does this feel loose? The a7R V does have a flippy screen. So we'll be vlogging with that in 8K. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you very much. I need to go get some rest and hopefully get my sleep schedule adjusted. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Yes, for once in my life, I just want the scissors to be where they last. Why? Why can nobody just leave scissors where they go? I don't understand.